Starting route to Escapeexpeditions.
Asylums scare me more than anything else. Like, as far as, like, go into this haunted house, go into this haunted hospital, go into this haunted asylum, go into this haunted dungeon, go into this haunted insert other building. Asylum is the scariest one.
That is a perfect segue to talk about our next game, which is Asylum.
That was unintentional.
You did that to yourself.
Yeah, so next we're talking about Asylum at America's Escape game, not to be confused with Asylum at Escape You that we just briefly referenced.
Also not to be confused with any of the other Asylum-themed games we've ever played.
Which we were considering doing an entire episode that was just the Asylums.
Because we played about 5 different Asylum games. But this one stood out because it was very spooky.
Yes, so...
Ugh, even just their promo video is spooky to me. Alright, tell us the story.
Navigate the madness left behind at Oak Ridge Lunatic Asylum. Already sounds kind of scary. A suspicious fire engulfed the Oak Ridge Lunatic Asylum. 5 patients under the care of Dr. Rutger were presumed killed, but their bodies were never recovered. Dr. Rutger's late wife, Helen, made a deathbed confession. Her husband had a special room where he performed his darkest and unspeakable works. Navigate the madness in the remains of the Oak Ridge Lunatic Asylum and solve the case, if you can. Warning, this escape room uses dramatic special effects including fog, lighting, sound effects, and jump scares known to cause fright.
One thing I don't like about these Asylum storylines is it always has to do with some kind of mad or crazy doctor. And as a future doctor, I am very offended by that.
Yeah, it's never like the patients have gone mad.
No.
Even though they are all mad. They're in an asylum.
It's always like, the doctor was doing crazy experiments on them. Whatever. Anyway, I know it's not real. You forgot to read the last line, which is, your group's mission will be to enter the remains of the asylum and unlock the secrets of Dr. Rutger's horrifying deeds.
I thought that was implied.
Well, not to people just listening. It's not.
I mean, what did you think the mission was going to be? Enter the asylum, find the secrets.
That's just because you know what a lot of asylum themes are. Anyway, that is what indeed what you do. You do enter the asylum and you do find the secrets.
Also, it's long gone, long past after the fire. So it's burned down asylum.
Yeah, it's not even just like run down asylum. It's run down, burnt, creepy, crispy asylum. Okay?
That should be the tagline. This asylum is crispy.
Ooh.
Crunchy.
Breaded and fried. So, in terms of story, I would say that, I mean, the story that you read is pretty accurate. In the context of the last 2 games we talked about, which are pretty story-driven, this one is not so story-driven.
Mm-hmm.
There is, like, a climactic story ending at the end. It doesn't really have anything to do with what you were told at the beginning, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't really develop or anything. It's just like, this is now happening.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, these are the puzzles that you're doing that are mildly asylum-themed, but not all of them are really connected with the overarching story of finding out what happened to these patients or what the doctor did or whatever.
Yeah, which is kind of 50-50.
Which is, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not one of our favorite ways to integrate story, which is to not integrate story.
We're big story people, okay?
Clearly. But if you're not, I mean, if it doesn't matter to you and you just want to go into a room and do puzzles, by all means.
Spooky puzzles.
Spooky puzzles.
Immersion. I feel like, aside from the puzzle integration, it is pretty immersive as far as spooky games go. I was pretty scared. We did play just the 2 of us though, and you were pretty useless for most of it.
Yeah,
which means
I can admit to that.
Which means I was like trying to play the whole game by myself.
Yeah.
And also convince you that ghosts are not real.
Listen, ghosts
in this situation.
Okay. I'm not even gonna go there.
I don't mean all ghosts. I mean, we were clearly in a room with fabricated ghosts.
Okay, so the use of paint is good. And noises, soundtrack, lighting, Camera, action.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that it's good, that it made me scared.
Oh, yeah. I think the scares are even more scary now, also.
Yeah, so clearly you can tell by the fact that I was not helpful. Actually, I was helpful. You just handed me the pieces of the things, and I solved the things. It's just if there was a door to be opened, or you had to put your hand in something scary, I made you do it.
Or any exploration at all.
Yeah. There's a creepy couch. I don't want to look in the creepy couch.
It was just a normal couch.
Creepy medicine cabinet. I don't want to look in there. Nope, not happening.
Clearly, we did not escape.
No, we did not. But we did make it to the final puzzle, and our game master was gracious enough to show us what would have happened if we actually finished. So we did get to see it through, which I appreciated. But no, we did not finish in time. It's also like an 8-person room, which doesn't really mean anything because we solve 8-person rooms all the time. But yeah, I was very scared, and we were moving at a turtle pace when we played this game. But we can move on to production value, which I guess kind of is a perfect transition because the production value was so good that I was very scared.
Yeah, the production value was good. It really felt Asylum-y. Soundtrack was great.
Soundtrack was creepy, which I guess is great.
Yeah, it was great.
For what they're trying to achieve. Also, from what we've heard from other people who have played this game, it might actually be scarier now than when we played. We played pretty close to when this game opened. And
Naturally.
I think, yeah, I know. If there's ever a new game that's opening within 30 minutes of us, we're literally there, like, within a few days of it opening. But anyway, my point is that they've had the game open for long enough that they have perfected the art of the scare in this game, I presume, from things we've heard. And if you're looking for a good scare, this is a very good option for you.
She's trying to say they have live actors now.
They're
rumored,
because what I heard, which obviously I cannot back up with fact, is that whenever there is one particular person working that day, there may or may not be an actor in the room, depending on if this person is willing to do it.
So maybe you'll get a scare actor, maybe you won't.
I don't know, but I would say if you're going to go play, be prepared for there to be one. And if you like that, then awesome, go play. It sounds like if you like jump scares and you like creepy people, this is the game for you.
I don't know why you would play it if you did not like that.
I mean, if you're me and you're obsessed with escape games.
Right, but you went because I wanted to go. Yeah, so as a disclaimer, there may or may not be a scare actor. If that's your thing, that's awesome. If not, just a warning.
Also, I want to add for production value that the first room of this game is so scary that one of the people that I went with the second time decided to not play after they walked in and saw the video and listened to the soundtrack and were in the room for less than 5 minutes. They were just like, nope, not gonna play. And they waited for us in the lobby. And that's fine. Just, if you need to know ahead of time, it's pretty scary. Also, I obviously don't want to say who this person is. But you know who you are. You, listening to this, driving to work. But anyway, love you.
That goes to show how immersive it is.
So now I want to move on to puzzles. And if you've ever played a game at America's Escape Game, you know that they have a mixture of different puzzles. There are some that are really cool, story-driven, the kind of puzzles that we always talk about liking. And there are some that are not so much like that.
Yeah, this game is like that. I think they tried a little bit harder with this game than some of their older games. There are some story-driven puzzles, but there are definitely some puzzles for puzzles' sake.
Yeah, that just feel like, this is an escape game, so do this jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
But
I don't think there's a jigsaw puzzle.
There is a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, never mind.
It's because I remember because I did it over in the lit corner of the room. So yeah, this game is kind of a mixed bag in terms of puzzles. Some of them were a little bit tedious.
Some of them were a lot tedious.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to be nice, but they are in theme with Asylum, kind of.
Loosely.
And
there are some that are really fun.
Yeah, we're obviously pretty harsh critics when it comes to that kind of thing, but since we played so many different games, we've seen a lot of different puzzles, and if something is tedious and cumbersome, it kind of just drives us insane. But that's not to say that figuring it out is not a satisfying thing, and then once you finish it and see how it all comes together, that is still fun. It's just the redundancy of some of the things can be a little frustrating at times.
Yeah, so overall, hit or miss with puzzles. Some of them are really fun, some of them were not. Last is overall experience. I think they do a pretty good job of creating a spooky atmosphere.
A very good job of creating a spooky atmosphere. Very spooky.
And that is really where this game shines. I'll say shines again.
It is where the game shines.
Yeah.
It is very spooky. The immersion is very well integrated as well. The production value is great. The puzzles are my least favorite part about this game. But overall, I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely one to check out for the spooky season if you want to get yourself in the mood for Halloween.
Yes, absolutely. I would definitely put it on your spooky list.
Your destination is on your right. The end of this review.